This lesson is titled A Place of Discovery by Simber Henderson. The problem that Miss Parker's kindergarten classroom is facing is that she teaches many students for English as a second language. Although this is her passion, she often struggles to communicate effectively enough to teach the necessary material. Due to this, she desires some advice on how to use technology in her classroom. Since Miss Parker's class is a kindergarten classroom, it is designed for a kindergarten class. Technology is so important, there are several kinds used throughout this lesson that you may not have heard about before. The first example of technology used in this lesson is Google Pixel Buds. Google Pixel Buds are an incredible technology tool that translates a foreign language in real time, repeating it back into your ears as it's spoken. This is something that's used in many countries and is also used by foreign exchange students in college even. Another example of a technology used in this lesson is podcasts. Podcasts are an incredible learning tool that allow users to learn information clearly and concisely through videos without the images, so recordings. The third technology tool that will be used in this lesson is Google Virtual Field Trips. Google Virtual Field Trips allow students to feel like they are experiencing things from all around the world that they may never get the chance to see in their lifetime. To begin this lesson, the students will have time to brainstorm a place or an event from around the world that's special to them. After deciding on a topic, they will use a Chromebook and search on clip.it to find a podcast covering their topic. This topic could be something that is from their home country, something that's comfortable to them. One example that I used was the Day of the Dead, which is an event in Mexico. So that's something that a student could use to find something that's familiar to them. Or they could choose to use something in the United States to learn about our culture. The second step, the teacher will take time to approve the student's chosen podcast to make sure it's appropriate for the age level and the project. Once approved, the students will put on their Google Pixel Buds and listen in Spanish first, then remove their buds and listen in English again. This will allow the students to get a feel but while they're comfortable before. Step 3. To assess for this portion of the lesson, they will write 5 sentences on what was covered in their podcast. They will also be assessed on a compare and contrast chart between what they learned and what they have already known. In the middle will be something that they kind of knew, but they learned more about. These assignments are worth 50 points put together. This is an example of one compare and contrast chart. So on this side, it would be the things that they knew. This side, it would be the things that they learned. And then right here would be the things that were kind of neutral. Step 4, after this, they will use Google Field Trips to research a virtual field trip about their topic. This is something that the teacher will probably need to help with to make sure that the students are finding something that is actually appropriate for their topic. During this, they'll make sure to take notes about the landscape, colors, environment, etc. These are things that are important in their curriculum, so it'll be helpful to their learning. Teachers should walk around the room pointing out things that they notice to help prompt the students to notice things on their own. Step 5. As a final 50-point assignment, students will use canva.com to create a graphic about their personal findings on their location or event. This is the kind of thing that's on canva.com that students can easily work with to make their own. The Common Core standard that's targeted in this lesson is G.8.K.2, Spatial Views of the World. This is the use of maps, globes, and photographs to identify and describe the physical characteristics of familiar places. Google Field Trips is used to view photos of places that may be familiar to them, observing landscapes and the environment, which goes along with this curriculum. The NETS/S standard targeted is Knowledge Constructor. This is critically curating a variety of resources using digital tools to construct knowledge, produce creative artifacts, and make meaningful learning experiences for themselves and others. Students have the ability to choose their own topic and discover information on their own through the use of technology. If everything goes as planned, these ideas should help Ms. Barker's class succeed. This is an example of what her class could look like, and I think it would be very helpful to the English as a second language students.